Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 6, and here's what's coming up in today's episode. Everton lining up in a 4-2-3-1, and it's a really great team with Ben Yedder leading their line and Sigurdsson playing just behind him. Let's send our youth scouts out as promised after in the last episode I gave you guys a choice of 5 nations to choose between, and you guys have chosen 3 very interesting nations. Arsenal is such a fun team to watch as a neutral for their general play, and oh my god, I missed it again! And as we jump into today's episode, the first thing we're going to do before playing the first game away at Goodison Park against Everton in a big clash there is change a former Everton player's number that we signed 2 episodes ago on transfer deadline day. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who scored on his first start for the club in our last game against Walsall. When we signed him, I gave him number 18. I do like it, but I asked you guys market managers what number he should wear, and I should have changed it in the last episode. Totally slipped my mind, apologies for that, but you guys voted for Calvert-Lewin to wear number 11, and I think that's a great choice as well. It really does suit him, a left-sided player. I feel like this season he's really going to break into the first 11 too. I like the number. And he will be on the bench for this game away at Goodison Park as he returns back to Everton, as right now we have not won a single Premier League game in any of our last 3. 2 defeats in our last 3 as well. We really could use with victory here. Everton lining up in a 4-2-3-1, and it's a really great team with Ben Yedder leading their line and Sigurdsson playing just behind him. And as for our team, 10 changes from our victory over Walsall in the EFL Cup in midweek. Only Alfie Mawson, who started that game, will start this one playing alongside James Tarkowski. We desperately need a win and a return to winning ways in the Premier League. Come on Fulham, let's get it here. Seri down the left-hand side, looking for Alexander Mitrovic. Poor pass though. This has been a tough start to the game. 90 minutes in, neither team yet to get a chance. It's been a very slow start to the match. That could all change in an instant. Both teams have got the pace to play at a really quick tempo, but at the moment there's very little to report, and I don't see that changing at the moment. Kearney to Sander Burge. Can we get our first shot on target right before half time? It's Burge stepping in, rolling it through, and Seri denied by a great save by Pickford, and he just kept the ball in play, didn't settle for the corner and tried to squeeze it in, but unfortunately he hits the side netting. Was never going to score from that angle though, and it goes behind for a goal kick. That'll do it for the first half. Our first chance, couldn't squeeze it home. You know, that happens quite a lot in this year's FIFA. You might have noticed I didn't press the circle for an extra shot. They just automatically do it. I much would have rather let the ball go out for a corner or try to feed it across the goal line for a man waiting to tap it in. It's 22 minutes on the clock. We're about to make a double change here. Brian is getting taken off for Calvert-Lewin. Sander Burge is getting taken off for Zambo because we know he can strike him. And Sessegnon will be pulled back to play left back now. So we've got 2 inside forwards in Dominic and also David down the right hand side. Hopefully we'll find that goal. We've played okay, but we just haven't found too many clear-cut chances. Maybe now. Sessegnon, great delivery. Kearney off the post. And it deflects off Seri and goes behind for a goal kick. Off the woodwork from the captain, waiting for that chance, and there it was. Chance for Everton here, who've done very little in the game. Great block, but a second shot comes in, and Sergio Rigo turns behind for a corner. 12.5 minutes on the clock. There's still time for a winner. Is there a chance for a late winning goal? Zambo to Kearney. And Tom spreads it out wide towards Neres. And Neres to Fosu Mensah. This might be our final chance here. Timothy down the right hand side. At the far post, I see Calvert-Lewin. I see Calvert-Lewin! Dominic Calvert-Lewin! That was the moment. Eyes on the prize. Nods it down into the turf and wide the post. That was the chance to win the game against his former team. What is it with missing sitters this year, man? Seriously, that's like our 3rd or 4th of the season already. Goal to straw, our first clean sheet after 3 without one. It's not a bad point at all in the grand scheme of things, but just like against Watford, chances to win it. We need another goal scorer in this Fulham team. I'm already thinking, I need the January window. I need someone else. Defensively, we're solid though. Another clean sheet picked up. Tarkowski, another great performance. That's one thing we have to be grateful for. If we're not banging them in, we are at least shutting the door. So before we move on to the second of 3 games today as we play host to Arsenal at Craven Cottage, let's send our youth scouts out as promised after in the last episode I gave you guys a choice of 5 nations to choose between, and you guys have chosen 3 very interesting nations. Now, the first nation you guys voted for, and they got 40% of the votes, was the Netherlands. And I thought that was a fantastic choice because, as we discussed in the last episode, they're trying to rebuild their nation with a lot of young talent, and I think we can have some really great Dutch talent. So Netherlands won the poll. They'll get the best scout of the 3, and we'll send a scout there for 9 months. Next nation was England, and as I mentioned in the last episode, I think that's the right call as well, because I really feel as though when you get homegrown players from the same country as the club you're managing, it feels really nice, you know. So let's send Bruno out to England for 9 months. And the third nation you guys voted for is Cameroon. Really great choice, because I discussed in the last episode, I don't think I've ever scouted Cameroon before, so I'm excited to see who we can pick up, and hopefully we'll find the next Samuel Eto'o. Who knows? We can really use with the next Samuel Eto'o. I'll take Samuel Eto'o now. So let's send our Swedish scout out to Cameroon for 9 months, and there you go. Our scouting team is out. We've got Cameroon, the Netherlands, and England, and they'll return in a month's time with our first batch of youth players. So now jumping into the second of the 3 games today as we take on the Gunners here at Craven Cottage, and what a battle this is going to be. They've won all but one of their first Premier League games, sitting top of the table, and of course in real life this game finished 5-1 to the visitors, so hopefully we'll be able to stop the rot here and pick up our first Premier League win after none in our last 4. So stick with the same 4-3-3 for the game. Defensively we're fine, so no changes there, but there is a change up top. One change from our draw against Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will start this game with Mitrovic dropping to the bench. But as for the Gunners, you can see we're at the top of the table right now. Very, very strong team, nicely balanced defence, midfield and attack, lining up in a 4-2-3-1 with Iwobi on the left hand side, James Ward-Prowse, formerly Southampton, on the right hand side, Mkhitaryan in the cam, and Lacazette, their striker today. And of course in real life, this was the game where Ramsey scored that incredible team goal that Arsenal scored. Arsenal is such a fun team to watch the neutral for their general play, and oh my god, I missed it again! Seri puts it off target. I don't believe this, man. I've got to work on my finishing. I don't know what this circle button needs replacing or something. I just can't find a target. Why can't I score goals in this year's FIFA? We're playing some good football out there. It's just that putting the ball in the back of the net is almost impossible for me. Neres! Oh! Blocked and put behind for a corner. Great start though. Keep the faith, keep attacking. Kearney's delivery, excellent one. Oh, Leno! What a save! If these first 10 minutes don't sum up Fulham's season so far, I don't know what else can. I mean, 3 golden chances in the space of 10 minutes and we couldn't take a single one. All we need in this Fulham team is a reliable goal scorer. We've got everything else we need. Our defence is solid. Tarkowski, that you guys signed for us, has been fantastic. Our midfield is really consistently good. But we just don't have someone that is reliable when presented with the goal scoring chances. If we can get that, we're going to be in for a really great first season. Burge wins that well and finds Calvert-Lewin. Lots of work for him to do, but he's found Kearney, who's found Neres down the right. Oh, Neres denied by a brilliant save by Leno. Even when it's on target, we're met with a goalkeeper who just refuses to be beaten. Wonderful skill, and Leno with his head puts it over the bar. Ridiculous. How do you score goals in FIFA? Kearney's corner, Mawson's header, wide of the post. Right, we're really going to go for it now. We've played well out there. We deserve to get a winner. I'm going to take off Brian, push Sessegnon to left back and bring on Mitrovic. We'll have Calvert-Lewin and Neres cutting in from the flanks because he looked good when stepping inside today. And Mitrovic coming on. I think I'll also bring on Zambo for Sander Berge as well because we know he can strike him. And with 15 minutes to go, there's enough time for us to get a winning goal, but I don't think we'll get more than one chance. If we get one, we've got to take it. Corner for Fulham, 10 minutes to go. Can we win it here? Tom to take it, whips it in. Mitrovic off the bench. There's the breakthrough. Alexander Mitrovic makes it Fulham 1, Arsenal 0 with virtually his first touch and proves why he should have started. Get in! No less than we deserve. And I'm so glad we finally got the breakthrough. Kearney with 4 assists this season, and they've all come for Alexander Mitrovic with his 4th goal of the year. Finally, Fulham get the breakthrough they deserve. Mitrovic with the goal. I told you, we can't rely on him forever, but at the moment, that's all we can do. 5 minutes to go. This will be a big, big win for Fulham and our first scalp of the season if we can hold on. Zambo to Seri, looking for a bit of space. We'll try and roll it to Kearney. Kearney's held onto it and found Fosu Mensah. We find an opening for a second goal. It's Kearney to Seri to Calvert-Lewin. It's off the crossbar. And Neres' acrobatic kick is cleared. I don't believe this. It's Mitrovic or no one. No one else can score but Alexander. To be fair to Calvert-Lewin though, he had a good game. Just sadly didn't get the goal he probably deserved. His effort was fantastic, but Fulham have finally notched up their first win since August. It's our first big scalp of the season. The Gunners had only lost once all season long. Now it's twice. Massive victory at Craven Cottage. Delighted. It's also back-to-back clean sheets in the Premier League as well. Really impressive for us. But these stats make for really damning reading because whilst we played really well and there's lots of positives to reflect on, scoring goals remains our biggest issue. We cannot rely on the Serbian every single game. Man of the match to Tarkowski once again though. The transfer committee said bring in James Tarkowski. What a signing this guy has been. 3 man of the match displays already. He's totally rejuvenated our back line. So moving on to the third and final game of today's episode on the back of that fantastic 1-0 win over Arsenal as we take on Cardiff here and take a trip to Wales to take on away from home. Neil Warnock's side right now are winless in their first 8 games, sat in 19th place in the Premier League table. So I'm hoping for back-to-back victories for the first time this season in the Premier League. And whilst they line up in a 4-4-1-1, we stick with the same 4-3-3, but there is one change to our victory over Arsenal, and it's no knock to Dominic, but it had to happen. Mitrovic back into the starting 11, Calvert-Lewin back on the bench. Come on the Serbian, we rely on this guy so heavily, and I think we'll need to do it again if we are to win this game. Come on Fulham. We're the league's lowest goal scorers with just 5 in the division from our first 8 games. Mitrovic has 4 of those 5. So it really does feel right now that it's basically Mitrovic or nobody. If Mitrovic doesn't score, we won't win. Simple as that. Sessegnon controls, shoots, blocked, and Cardiff will clear. All of our shots so far have been blocked. Can't find a clear opening to goal. Here is Seri looking for one. And this time we managed to find some space and it took a nick off someone and went behind for a corner. 18 minutes in, started the game off strong. And how can we find that first goal? Alfie Mawson to Kearney. Great delivery, headed away. Got Cardiff on the ropes to start off with, just need to break them down. We've had about 5 shots already, the majority being blocked, but at the moment they're sort of stuck in their half and they can't get out. Neres to Kearney.
And he could get away here.
And it's the boy doing it once again. It's anyone else but Alexander Mitrovic. No, it's no one else but Alexander Mitrovic. The only guy that can score for Fulham. 5 of our 6 goals coming from the Serbian. Great ball by Kearney, and it's Kearney again, isn't it? It's Tom Kearney again. Every goal that Mitrovic has scored has been set up by the captain. Takes his time, takes it round his man, and it's a wonderful, oh, was it a no-look finish? Finesse it into the top corner. Glorious strike, and I know it, man. It's Mitrovic, the guy we'll always rely on this season. No one else can do it. I hate to say it too, but I really think that's going to be the case as well. I think it literally will be only Mitrovic this season in double digits. No one else has scored more than 1 goal. I think literally we might get like 5 or 6 players scoring 1 goal in the Premier League this season, but every other goal will be scored by the Serbian. As Seri looks for a bit of space here, and he's found something to let fly. Good save by Smithies, and it will be cleared. We've got Cardiff on the ropes right now, man. Seriously, we should be 2 or 3 goals up. Still leading by a goal in this game. We've had Cardiff on the ropes for the majority of it, but we just can't find a back of net for a second time. And I'm very worried that Cardiff might find a late equalising goal if we don't put this game to bed. Come on, Sam, that's yours in the air, mate. All day. There we go. Big strong header. And now Johansson to Calvert-Lewin with 1 man to beat. Still Calvert-Lewin steps inside. Oh, it's the top of the crossbar. He just can't get a Premier League goal. He does everything right, but just can't score. See if he wins it in the air. Neres flicks on to Mitrovic. And Alexander sends David down the right-hand side with Cunningham to beat. And Neres steps inside. Still Neres on the ball, looking for a bit of space. He's found some, and he's denied by Smithies. The skill, the footwork from our players is wonderful, but the finish is the only thing that's missing. Mitrovic on the ball. Looking to send Neres down the right-hand side. It will deflect into his path. Cunningham is playing catch-up. I see Calvert-Lewin in the far post. Neres will play selflessly to Dominic Calvert-Lewin for the finish. And that will do it. 2-0. Neres plays selfless. Calvert-Lewin does get our first Premier League goal and wraps the points up. 2-0 to Fulham, and it's back-to-back victories. Finally, someone other than Mitrovic has scored. Neres with great selfless work. Wonderful ball across the face of goal, and all Calvert-Lewin had to do was just stroke it home into the bottom corner, which he does. First goal in the Premier League, he deserves it. And it's 2-0 to Fulham, and the 3 points are ours. Get in! Got to credit Neres for the assist there too, because it was a perfectly weighted through ball, and he could have ran in himself. He had the time, he had the space, but instead played selflessly, and we get the reward for that. So final score 2-0. We beat Neil Warnock's side and get the 3 points. And I'm delighted for Calvert-Lewin as well. He worked so hard, he deserved that. Look at these stats though, 18 shots, 11 on target, but just the 2 goals. I think all of our players need to change their boots, because they're not shooting boots, clearly, but we got the win, that's the most important thing. Another clean sheet notched up as well, that's 3 straight for the boys too. But I'll give my hand to Neres. Selflessly got the assist for the Calvert-Lewin goal, played pretty well all game long, and it was unlucky not to score in this game as well. So 2-0 the final score, and great to end with back-to-back victories for the first time this season in the Premier League. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode of Career Mode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and a really channel as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode featuring our first batch of youth players very soon. Bye.